I'm gonna be very honest with you. I had such a rough week that I barely could get this video going. So I'm really surprised that I'm even doing this video right now. I have a no income. My dad just resigned and I'm living with him. I have about 7 ways on how to make money, and I don't know which one is gonna work, but I refuse to give up. I'm not giving up. Right now, my life looks pretty messy on paper, and that's why my brain has been spiraling this whole week. But I've never been more certain that things are going to work out and God is going to come through with a massive breakthrough, a massive testimony. He always does. And that's another reason why I'm doing this channel, is to share those testimonies with you that I've gone through. There's been scripture that I've been kind of grounded on this week, which really has kind of saved the day, and I'm going to share that with you. So I'm going to share all the ways that I want to make money and why I want to make money, and that's the reason why I haven't quit, and I'm not going to. But I'm also going to dive into an insecurity on why I've been struggling, so I hope you listen to the end. Okay, so first of all, this is why my brain has been going absolutely crazy. I feel pressure from every single angle of my life, and it's mostly to do with freedom. I have always wanted freedom. I've always felt restricted in my life, whether it's I don't have a car, I don't have financial freedom, I have a lot of debt, student debt. So at the end of the day, it's not really my fault that I have student debt, and many people do, but that is still a factor that's holding me back, because I can't live the life that I want until the debt is paid. Debt is the main priority, and Jesus will get rid of that. But basically, my brain has been going crazy because I want to monetize my Facebook. Right now it's got like 5,000 followers, and I don't know how to monetize that yet. I've tried to learn, but it's kind of tricky right now. I need to get more into that, so I need to do that. I need to like plan my week on my calendar, but trying to do that is kind of tricky for me right now. You know, when you have so much to do on your brain that you end up doing nothing? That's exactly how I've been and how I felt. Like I have so much to do where I don't even know where to start, where to begin, and so many distractions left, right, and center, which is also what the Bible teaches about. So I also want to go for a walk every single morning. Steps is so important for me, and it should be for you too. Like my dad is like, 6,000 steps is not going to do much more to your body, blah, 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 blah. Now, coming from somebody that has done 2 bodybuilding competitions and is a personal trainer, steps is the biggest difference that you can do. I mean, adding 200 steps every single day, by the end of the month, that's like 1 kg off just by adding 200 more steps. 200 more steps is 20, no, basically 2 minutes. Yeah. Anyway, I have to go to the gym, but my problem is when going to the gym, I rely a lot on my dad. My dad and I are going together. We have always gone together since like 2017. Whenever I live with him, we go to gym together. I don't have a car, so we're using his car at the moment. When he goes, he trains for 45 minutes. I like to train for an hour and a half, but I don't get that privilege right now, which is really hard, especially coming from an ex-bodybuilder. So, and I would really love to film more content there, but I don't have enough time, so I'm feeling really, really restricted. So currently I'm going to gym 3 to 4 times a week, which is better than nothing, and I'm grateful that I get to have that, but it is still mentally and physically taxing when you want to make progress and you can't. So I'm constantly looking for ways, like, Jazz, you must get up earlier, you must go on the spin bike because we have a spin bike, you must do a run before you even go for a walk. Go for a walk by yourself before your dad gets up, so that you've guaranteed extra more steps and all of that kind of stuff. So my brain's constantly thinking about that. I need to make content for my Instagram, where if you want to go and follow my Instagram, it is a Christian Instagram. It is Jaslyn_Collinette. Hopefully you can get my spelling from the YouTube name. And I make one video a day and I post once a day. But then I'm also currently thinking about, Jazz, you should be doing more. You should be posting more. You should be optimizing your engagement. You should be studying your engagement, studying what's working, studying what's not. Like, you need to be learning these things. And I'm like, okay, I need to do that on top of everything else. And also, I wrote a book. So since October 2025, I was writing a book about my life, and all the testimonies of it, because a wise man, a very, very wise man, once told me that I need to get over my past. So I did that, and it was very freeing, and that's a lot to do with the Lord. But I worked on myself. I wrote a book about my life. I saw everything that God taught me in every single season. I looked back, I reflected on it, and I'm completely over my past right now. But I believe that my book is going to help others as well, because it addresses binge eating, body image, many heartbreaks, wanting to be with the love of your life and you can't, long distance relationships, fixing family wounds. Like, I had to forgive my dad because he left when I was 2, which sounds really bad, but I'll put it in context in another video. And yeah, just university, every single testimony I've done, why I did bodybuilding, how God called me into that. So I wrote a book that a lot of people can benefit from, and I did a guide as well, where if you wanted to do the same thing, it's gonna take you 25 days to do that instead of 3 months. So I did that to help people as well. And what I want to do with that is I want to promote my book to non-profit organizations who have that type of audience that need that type of help. And I believe that the Lord can bless me financially there, but at the end of the day, it is just all about helping people. So I want to do that. Like I said, I'm a personal trainer, so I want to start training people. And that has been the biggest resistance for me. I don't know why. I genuinely do think that it's the devil. I feel like when God really does have a purpose-filled, ordained-filled future for you, and he gives you that gift of helping people, because of my knowledge on it. Like, I've lost my period 3 times. I got it back 3 times. I know how to get over binge eating. I know the benefits of fasting. I know the glucose monitoring, insulin. I studied to be a radiographer for 4 years. So I know a lot about the body, and I can help women do the same thing. Whilst losing fat, I don't know, I feel like I found a hack for women growing boobs, because I was eating, when I had a coach, my breasts were, I know this is a bit TMI, were tiny. But then when I did it myself and I focused on the hormone parts of things, I lost weight, but my boobs got bigger instead of losing my boobs. So I don't know, might just be a little life hack, and I would like to see if I can help women do that as well, especially for the ladies who's a little, I mean, they're all God's beautiful woman, so I'm not going to judge, but I would like to help anybody who can. So I want to train people online, and I don't know how many, as many as possible, but I also know that that is going to take time. Now, I know that radiography isn't what I want to do. I have a degree under my belt, so I know, and I'm secure in the fact that I have a plan B. If none of these work out, I can just be a radiographer. That's not one of the reasons I wrote down in order to make money, but it is a plan B, and it's a safety net. But I want to stay as far away from that as possible, not because I don't enjoy it, but because of the lack of freedom that I have. And I am chasing freedom, and I want to do what I want to do and live in a place of abundance and not tied to I want to say night shifts, and it doesn't go well with my beliefs, because it messes with energy for gym. Your eating goes out the window. You're exhausted. It doesn't go well with me, and I want to stay as far away from that as possible. So yeah, I really want to help women do that. So I have radiography. So to get away from that, research into high ticket sales, which is basically just being an affiliate and selling very expensive products but getting commission from that. And you can get a setter and a closer. The closers obviously get a lot more. Setters, you do get a base. However, I've decided to take on a role because I feel a little bit more aligned with them in a relational sense, the company. I get along with them well, and I understand the product, and the product is, so I am currently selling AI lead generation and appointment generation through AI systems and CRMs and all of that, and giving that to real estate agents who want to be more independent and that can own their own leads, but also AI will answer their calls for them and then directly connect them. So it does a lot more for real estate agents because they are so busy and they can't be cold calling people or anything like that when it comes to listings and stuff. So AI is really helping them, and I've seen what this thing can do, and it's crazy. AI is really developing. This revolution is crazy, but I'm doing that at the moment, and at the moment I'm more of a setter. So I'm cold calling 200 to 300 people a day, right? And at the moment I'm doing that for free. I'm not getting paid to do that, but I know that it's experience and it's going to go on my CV if I ever do need to leave. But I feel like God's really humbling me in the fact that, okay, you need to start from the bottom then. So start from the bottom, right? So I'm doing that at the moment, and it's very, very taxing. And obviously you get a lot of rejections. People aren't that nice to you, no matter how nice you are to them. So yeah, and you can only help those who want to help themselves. So really, really tricky. I do want and would prefer, like anybody else would prefer, a role that has warm leads. So warm leads are people who already express an interest and want to know a lot more about the product instead of people who know nothing about it. That's why, like, when you get ads, like when people send out ads and then you fill out an application, those are warm leads. So I can directly close people who are already interested, and that's the role that I want. But I'm getting there. I am getting there, and that's going to be another episode from nothing to everything because I know it's going to work out. I've just got to deal with the brunt at the moment. So I'm doing that from 3 p.m. my time to about 8 o'clock. This week was more so 8 o'clock. I did have 2 nights where it went to 10 o'clock, but that's this kind of sacrifice that I need to be making right now. So I'm going to be doing that every day. So on top of doing everything, I need to be doing that. And to learn to be a high ticket closer, I invested in myself, which I still back myself in this decision. I don't think it was a bad decision to do this, but it was a lot of money to learn sales and be a high ticket closer. So I did that, but I'm not finished the course yet, and it is an academy, so I've got to take exams and all of that kind of stuff. So I've still got to do that as well and do a lot of role plays in each tier, and I should be finished that by the end of June. So there's a lot there that's going on in my mind. And I've got to study scripts, both the course script and my new job script. So I've got to do that. If I want to start personal training now, I've got to set up a payment system for people to pay me. And I've also got to set up a training. It's like a training app where I can track all of my clients and put on their calendars what to do, give them the nutrition plan, give them their workout plan, which is all customized according to them, and put in their habits and all of that. I want to do that. And I also want to create a fitness course. So I want to teach all the men and women out there, I literally want to put my brain into a course and tell you every single thing that you need to know about the gym and about your body in order to be in the best shape of your life. Like exactly what to do, exactly what everything does when it comes to food, nutrition, fasting, glucose, hormones, men and women hormones, just absolutely everything and everything. I want to put in a course and I want to sell that. I also need to set up my budget because sadly my mom is an accountant but has never taught me how to do a budget. Yes, they teach you how to do a budget in school when you're like 15. I don't remember how to do that stuff. And I know it's all out there, but it's still about sitting down and doing that. But my dad is an expert in Excel, so he's going to teach me how to do my budget on Excel. So I feel like I'm literally starting from absolutely nothing. With my book, I'm not published yet, but I can use Lulo, which I need to set up. And what that does is if the organization orders 100 books from me, then I put on Lulo 100, I pay for 100, they take 10% of that, and they will do the printing and the shipping to that destination for me because I paid them 10% of what I get for the book. Then I've also got to set up ManyChat with my Instagram and comments, and yeah, getting people to buy the book. I've also need to call my mom and organize what she needs to pack for me, because in 3 weeks time my stepdad's coming from England to back to South Africa, because I've decided to move to this country for the love of which I'm so excited about, and I couldn't be happier. But there's logistics to that, so I need to tell her what clothes to bring, because right now it's getting into winter and I have, for the whole of this winter, I will not have any winter clothes. I literally have nothing. I only have summer clothes, and I can't buy winter clothes because I have no money. So it's a bit tricky at the moment. I also need to learn more about tax and how tax works, and making sure that whatever income I get, I'm putting aside 40%, because I have faith that I will be in the bracket soon of the 40%. I also need to work on getting a credit score, because I can't really buy anything much if I don't have a credit score, and I don't have a credit score, so I have nothing. Then I worked on doing a vision board this week, which was really amazing to make. I want to be a race car driver, and so does my boyfriend, and we are going to have that dream like that. That is literally our dream lives, and we are going to have that, and we have faith in the Lord that we're going to have that. And